There's growing concern for the Red Sea coral reefs. Environmentalists now say that these coral reefs are under threat due to the Israel-UAE oil deal, warning that this could lead to the next ecological disaster. Here's more in our next.
It all started with the agreement to bring Emirati crude oil to a pipeline in the Red Sea. And an agreement signed after Israel normalized ties with the Gulf Arab nation last year. Experts are wary. They say this could lead to constant leaks and pollution at the Eilat port.
Malfunctions happen, and the result will be a constant leak of oil pollution right here, just next to the reef, where you see those people. That's where the reefs begin.
This has caused unrest and protests. People accuse the government of making profits at the expense of coral reefs. The Israeli Environmental Protection Ministry has been demanding urgent talks on the deal.
They should stop and make checks. This is what we wrote to the ministers. We're asking for an international risk assessment survey. It's an entire city, and there's another one, Ashkelon, that's in danger. What's going on here? Is this child's play? Who do they think they are? This country has lost all directions. They're not thinking about people.
Israel's state-owned Europe-Asia pipeline company in October announced a binding MOU with Med-Red to bring crude from UAE to Eilat and then transport it by pipeline to Israel's Mediterranean city of Ashkelon. This will further be exported to Europe. The government has been at the end of the activists' ire.
The biggest problem is that EAPC doesn't care about anyone. EAPC doesn't care about Eilat's tourism. EAPC is a private company nowadays. It needs to make money. It wants to move oil. That's not appropriate for this time and age. It might have suited the 60s or the 70s when we were an underdeveloped country. Nowadays, it's inappropriate. In addition, this pipeline was made 40-50 years ago. It already had malfunctions. The docks you see here were built 35 years ago.
The issue of insufficient infrastructure in place to deal with the malfunctions has also been raised by many.
The protection mechanisms against pollution nowadays are much more sophisticated than what we have here. This facility's defense is constructed to treat pollution once it's already in the water. Nowadays you have techniques that say, let's prevent it. The Saudis, they're over there. You can even see them south of here, are great experts. They have methods. A tanker that arrives is surrounded by underwater walls. If something spills, it's caught and nothing happens. Is it so hard to learn from it?
Environmentalists and activists came together to oppose this, leading to the rise of the International Extinction Rebellion movement. So far, their calls have been ignored and dismissed.
A campaign is something for the long term. We first of all want to inform the residents in Eilat and all of Israel about the pipeline plan, because this plan is being done covertly and no one knows. So first of all, we want to inform the public, increase the size of those who object, and in the end, if the problem isn't resolved, we'll have to get in the way of things.
Bureau Report, WION. World is One.